Hello everybody, welcome back to another Expeditions Guide. Today we're taking a look at hardware upgrade. This is an expedition in the Dormant Volcano. For this expedition we're going to be using the Scout 800, and I have a set of anchors for emergency supplies. In addition to that, because we have two explore the area objectives, I do have the drone operator with me as well. So before we get started, I am going to first drive over to this orange square at the eastern outpost, and that is going to have our batteries. So, now that we got the batteries, let me talk about the mission a little bit before we get started. So, we're going to be traveling across the beach, across the river, up the mountain, and we're going to make our way over to the volcano where we do our explore the area. We're just going to reveal this area. Then we're going to climb over this mountain. You remember we went up this mountain for protection and supervision to install the trail cameras? Well, we're going to be doing some maintenance on those. So when we get over here, we're going to grab the memory chip, make our way down, and then there's going to be an explore the area like right up here. We should be able to get it with binoculars once we pick up the chip, most of it anyway. And then we're just going to make our way up here to the other camera, install the battery, and when all that's done, we're going to recover back to the western outpost and finish the mission. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is make our way down the outpost over to the beach, and then we're just going to travel down the beach. There's nothing too crazy you got to worry about here, just some sticks and some rocks. When we get closer down to the end over by where that hydro monitoring system is, there's going to be some grassy spots we're going to want to try to drive up on, just to kind of stabilize the vehicle. So we're going to drive right up on this, and down, and we're going to go up this one, and down over here, and then we're going to go right around this one. Now, I've talked before about this crossing. There's not a lot of mud here, but you got to be able to fight the current. So I wanted to show you that even with a lighter vehicle like the Scout 800, you can still get across this. I wouldn't use anything much lighter than this, because as you can see, it is definitely a struggle, and I have to kind of keep my truck pointed upstream mostly. You see I'm kind of driving at like an angle, kind of crab walking it a little bit, just in order to fight the current with this vehicle. So even using a lighter vehicle, it is possible to get across that. That being said, now that we're across, we're going to make our way up the mountain here. Still in low gear. Go ahead and climb up the rock. Just going to climb right up this. Alright, from here we're going to make our way across this grassy area, and we're going to go right around this big rock here. Once we get across the big, or get around the big rock, excuse me, we're going to cut across the plains. And right over here we're going to make our way up, further up this mountain. Once we get to the top, we're going to go around this big rock here. And then from here, we're going to hook a left. And we're going to make our way down. And go right in between these two trees. And make our way down here. And you can see I'm just kind of rolling downhill. Not really using a lot of throttle, just so you can maintain control of the vehicles. I'm going down the hill. We got one more downhill section to do. Oh, geez, I got onto the side of that. There we go. I clipped the side of the log, and it sent me for a tumble. So watch out for that log. But anyway, we're going to go down that little short chute, and then we're going to hang a right and kind of head through the forest here a little bit. And we're going to follow this path. Pretty straightforward. We're going to be going over a lot of rocks. But you can see the volcano just ahead of us. And we're going to make our way over to the volcano. It is kind of nice that, well, I mean, it would normally be expected that a map called Dormant Volcano would have a dormant volcano. But it is cool that you can actually get up here and drive right up to the edge of the volcano. There's nothing there because it is, you know, dormant, but you know, it is really cool that this is very volcano-y. I don't know, I think volcanoes are cool. Dangerous, but they're cool. Alright, so anyway, we're going to drive right up to the shore of the volcano here. As you can see, it is very deep. Do not drive into the volcano, that's a bad time. So we're just going to swipe around with the binoculars and reveal the inside of the volcano. And that is going to net us 44%. So we're basically just going to fly the drone around the edge of the volcano from here. I'm going to start from the left side. And we're going to come around the to the right side. So what I want to do with the drone here is I want to get outside the perimeter of the volcano, because you see on the map, I mean, I wish I could pull up the map like while I'm flying. It is kind of frustrating to have to go back. But the binoculars revealed the top of the mountain just a little bit on the other side of them, so that's why we're going to fly all the way to the far side of the volcano cliff and just kind of just do a nice big loop. This far part over here, we're going to want to get a little bit closer to the water. So we're going to kind of want to follow this ridge back here. And there's a good chance we're probably going to miss a spot at some point, but you know, we'll get back to the drone and circle around and grab that. But I want to just do a nice, just large loop here. Because, I mean, there are other spots you can get to on the volcano to get more binoculars, but they're just kind of out of the way compared to the rest of the objectives we're going to be working on. So that's why I'm like, we'll just fly the drone around for this one. As you can see, we are 83%. So we are missing right here. Down a little bit. Yeah, this is that ridge I was talking about. Kind of curved away from the ridge a little bit. And then we got to get that very top of the volcano. So let's go ahead and start at the very top of the volcano, because that's an easy spot to get. I know, we're just flying the drone around. Nothing exciting happening here. You know, I try to make these as thorough as I can. I think we had some comments on one of the other videos last week about this topic. So I try to be thorough, flying the drone around. Not really much else going on right now. So yeah, we wanted to be on the other side of this ridge here to kind of open up some of this back here. So we're going to kind of stay to the left of the ridge. Fly around the backside of over here. This should be everything. Yep, there it goes. Alright, so now that we've got that taken care of, we are going to make our way over this hill and grab the memory card. And also we have this area to explore as well. So now we have all of these steps open at one time. So we're going to make our way up here. Just for starters, I'm pretty sure... No, we're not quite on the edge of the explore the area yet. We'll go up the mountain a little ways before we start doing the... We're going to hit this with some binoculars primarily. Alright, so now we're going to climb up this mountain ridge here. Alright, so we're just going to go right across that ridge and through the forest here. But before we actually go up, I want to go over to this ridge here. And this is going to be a good spot to run some binoculars across the ridge. That should get a good portion of what we need. Discover, we've still got this little spot and this part over here, which we can get when we get to the top. So, alright, so from here, we're going to go right through these trees. And then we're going to head to the left of the trees and make our way down. And we're going to go right up the rocks here. And here I am going to once again scan the binoculars over this area. See, that got us up to 81. A little bit more explored. We still have a little pocket over here and a big section over here that we're probably going to have to just hit with the drone at this point. So not anything I'm too terribly worried about at the moment. Anyway, we're going to just continue along this ridge line. We're going to make our way over here. Slow your speed down. Like that. And we're going to go right for this orange circle here. Anyway, right here, we're going to go ahead and grab the memory card. Now, once you get the memory card, we need to get to the other side of those rocks. So the best way to do that is actually come down here and go right through these trees. There'll be a nice little path through the rocks here. And real quick, one last scan with the binoculars. See if we can get some more area. That did. Got us to 89%. So yeah, all we have is a little pocket here and a little pocket there. So we're going to go right to about here. And we should be able to hit the rest of that with the drone. So now that we've made it to the end, we need to make our way down. So we're going to use this like really sketchy rock path here. Trust me, it's safe. Trust me, it's safe, I said. Oh, that's new. Anyway, just tumble down the rocks there. That's fine. I don't normally like saying tumble down the rocks, but honestly there, tumble down the rocks. It's so much faster. Whether you get down there safely or kind of recklessly like I did there, and I was trying to be safe with it, but that is a lot faster than trying to go all the way back down the ridge. It'll save you about, I don't know, 7 minutes of driving, roughly. Hey, I will say this, though. I did not take any damage with that tumble, so that was, in fact, a safe tumble. I'm just making up excuses for myself at this point. But yeah, I just tumble down the mountain there. Anyway, so after we've tumbled down the mountain, we're going to just make our way through the mountain pass over here. I believe this is the spot right here. Yeah, so I'm going to jump in the drone. And we don't have to go very far with the drone, but we're just going to go right over this forest. Right over here. That's going to get that little spot done. And so the rest of it is right up here. So we're going to drive right up to our marker there. And before we head into this forest, I'm going to take the drone. And we're going to bounce around. And we're just going to get this little area in between the mountains here. A lot of drone flying in this one. A lot of drone flying. There's more drone flying than truck driving for this expedition. So that's kind of fun. Anyway, we're just going to kind of loop around this area here. Any moment now that should pop. I may need to go over this way a little bit more. It should pop. There it goes. It's gone now. Okay. So yeah, from here, we are just going to make our way through the forest here. So we're going to drive right on through these trees and into the pine forest. And we're just going to zip right along here. Not that much zip. Okay, so that rock is obviously a trap that I fell into. Be careful about that. So yeah, we're going to get through the rest of the forest here. And I apologize. Man, I'm making so many mistakes in this one. Anyway. So this is kind of a tricky part here. Because you want to kind of go up and right through these trees. There we go. We're going to ignore the upgrade. Well, I'm going to ignore the upgrade. If you need the upgrade, feel free to grab it. So we're going to go right under this tree. See, the thing is, like, a lot of these videos, like, trust me when I say, I've had recording runs that have gone way worse than this. This one is on, like, it's been bad, but it's been kind of funny at the same time. I've had some that are just awful, and I definitely stop and re-record those, because I want these to be informative and entertaining. I don't want to stray into the entertainment too much, because at the end of the day, I want these to be informative. So yeah, but with like missions like this, with all the explore the areas, like if I were to reload the mission, those steps would just auto complete themselves. So I'm kind of in a box where however the mission goes is how the mission goes, and yeah, thankfully it hasn't been too much of a disaster. But anyway, we're going to get over here. We're going to grab the battery and install it in the camera. And with that, we can now recover over to the western outpost right here. Free truck recovery. And we can back up over to the square and complete our expedition. So that is hardware upgrade. This unlocks a high-range gearbox for the Yar. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. Like I said, it was messier than my standard, but I thought it was kind of funny. But you know, these missions like this with all the explore the areas, they kind of put you in a box where if I were to go, you know, start that one over, the explore the area is already done, so it's hard for me to sit there and say, well, this is the area you need to do. I want to make these as thorough as possible. So, hope you guys don't mind that one. Hope you guys got some laughs out of it, because I sure did. But anyway, we'll be back at you with another one very soon. So, hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.